These are the next two projects I'm going to get started. It's the Reader's Digest hardcovers. And in the footage earlier, you saw these file folders in a rack. And that was something that I got out of the kitchen cupboards when we were packing my daughter's stuff to move here. So it allows me to divide my projects into the separate books. What I decided I want to do with these is have a boho trim belly band, and I'll show you two that I've already made from the other Reader's Digests that I have that I'd like to do something with. So these have been gutted, and I added my belly band to them. So this is actually sort of loose enough to slide something in if you want. So it's not glued down. It's only glued to the inside here and here. So after I did that, then I covered the Tyvek spine with just a piece of this Tim Holtz tissue paper, just to give it something more than just the plain white. And then I put some paper in here. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with these, if these are going to be ephemera folders when I sell them, or if they're going to be journals. But I just wanted to experiment with my trims and see how it looked. So I'm storing these with the text block on the inside. It holds the spine together, because these are the kind that do crack. So this one here is some gorgeous orange color. Kind of a coral, I guess. So I had this perfect trim for it. And I did the same, just glued here and here, and then I added my tissue paper and then some end papers in there. So that's what these two are going to be like. I think I'll go with this beautiful purple one. I thought at first maybe going this way, but I find that it's a little too wide. I don't really think, you know, I would do it if the book was extended more. So I thought maybe add some lace to the end and it would extend it more. But I really do also like it this way. So, isn't that beautiful? Such pretty colors for autumn. I've chosen Lady Eleanor again, and I've picked out some bags and similar papers with mushrooms and trees and birds. A little bit of eco printed paper, some book pages, So the pattern paper and the printables are going to be coffee dyed. So that's next on my list, is coffee dyeing this little pile and maybe a few of the book pages. And I think for the inside covers this time, it's going to be some wallpaper remnants. Got this beautiful stuff here. And this will be a hidden spine as well. So very similar other papers in here, except this one with the with this pattern is going to be Autumn Realm. So that needs to be coffee dyed, and so do my pattern papers. So I picked some matching things to go with this, and the rest is very similar to the other one. I've got this one here that's the rust colored organza, so I think that would be perfect on here. These two are also going to be writing journals, so I'm not decorating the insides. I do think I'm going to add some messy tabs though, so that's probably the extent of the embellishing that I'm going to do with these two. And then all the other stuff that you saw in the intro, all the tags and the extra papers and bits, that's going to be for the final two projects, which are going to be the hardcover folders and a couple of matching traveler's notebooks type journals. So that'll all go into the ephemera embellishments. I got my papers all coffee stained and my signatures are just ready to bind. So these are the three for the Lady Eleanor, and these are the three for the Autumn Realm. And then my belly band can be attached to the covers. And I pulled some supplies to make the messy tabs. So I think it would be fun to maybe use a couple of these little rosettes and put them on the edge of some pages. Then I've got some really cute boho stuff. Just little Indian scraps here. So we're gonna play with that. There's another one. This is all embroidered. This one here has birds. I like this one. And these I had dyed in a bath of turmeric powder. I also have a bunch of these mulberry paper leaves in all kinds of colors. I've got the larger ones, I've got some of these smaller ones, and I also have these. So these will be tabs on their own as well, I think. I went ahead and played with the covers a bit. So I've got my belly band glued to the inside, and I've added some Inca gold to the edges. I may still add some to the edges of the spine, but I haven't done that yet. I'm going to wait until the book is bound to decide if that's a little over the top or if it needs it. But for now, it's on the edges. So there's this one, and then this one here. I love it. And I also did the same. And the colors I used are, this one here is called Gold Brown, or Brown Gold. And this one here is called Old Gold. So the Old Gold went on this one. So this is kind of like the yellowish gold, you know, the typical gold color. And then this one, I used the one that's more copper looking. It's more of a brown. And what ended up happening with these is they dried up on me because I've had them for so long. but I was looking online for solutions, and they say to add a few drops of glycerin to these, but I didn't have any on hand. So the other advice I found was to put a baby wipe in there. So that's what I did. I folded up a baby wipe, you know, one of those wet wipes. Put that in there and left it in for about a week. And then I checked back, and the stuff is soft enough now, like it's not creamy as it was, but it's soft enough that I was able to put some on one of these makeup sponges and go along the edge of the covers. So that's good enough for me. I'm trying to make use of this stuff. You know, nobody likes to buy supplies and waste them, but of course it happens. So the one thing that I am keeping an eye out is for mold, because I don't want these to get moldy. So I will leave the wipes in there for the time that I'm using the product, but then I'm probably going to take them out and store them without the wipes. And then if I ever feel like I want to try them again and that they've dried up again, I may be able to try putting the wipes back in. And then I bound my signatures into a Craftex spine, so that'll be ready to put into the cover. And I even went ahead and added my messy tabs to one of these books just to try them out. So this is what these look like. I did some fabric tabs and some just some leaves. I've got my little doily piece in there. I've got some of these boho Indian trims. Another fabric piece. This was like a full little square, and I just decided to add the whole thing in. And then I decorated it with a few postage stamps. So that one is done. So now it's time to glue these tabs in. And the way I do that is I put them in the book where I think I'm gonna have them, and I just pin them to the page so that they stay together while I'm working. So we're gonna go ahead and do that.